Actually, no. If you went to a public university in Kenya in this period, dance hall was, oh my God.
I think the VP said also like those who were doing these acts in the office, because most of the videos were shot in the office,
Yeah.
in the government offices.
Yeah. So it's not like they were caught.
He was his one. The people have made the decision. That's what they want.
Yeah.
Welcome back to another episode of It Depends, I Guess podcast. I'm Caroline.
I am Jackie.
And at the back, we do have
DJ.
And because we are keeping track.
Yes.
It is.
By we mean you.
Yes. Season 2, episode 17. And today we have a beautiful topic because it is something we have an expert of.
Yes.
And something we all love.
Yes.
Which is music.
I think I've been dragged into this episode.
No, it's not just music.
Yes.
But music through your decades. Like what what stands out through your decades?
I haven't been alive long. I'm only 21.
Oh, right. So you only have 2 decades to
Maybe
go
we
through.
can divide your decade into 5 years blocks,
Quarters.
Yes.
Actually, what is a decade is 10.
Yes.
5 years is
Half a decade.
Okay. Let's go with that.
So before we get into music and what songs represent our decades, we're just going to go fast into the ahas of the week. Yeah. And this is going to be a big one.
This is someone's favorite aha this week.
Yes. Should we let him start?
Yes. Come on, DJ. Tell us about
My favorite aha.
Yes.
I can't think. What is it?
Really?
I'm lost.
America.
Don't
The
pretend.
Donald has come victorious again for all those naysayers and the doubters.
Yes.
You can weep
Yeah.
for the next 4 years.
This is where you should put crickets.
No. The Donald Trump he's won again. Sorry to Kamala and her gang. They just didn't have what it takes to win.
I think Kamala did an amazing job.
She did.
You think so?
Yeah, she only got thrown to the race how many months ago?
Yeah, that's fair.
Yes. I think
And as a black
5 or 6.
black woman, that was
She's put in the work.
she was given a tough task to deal with. Yeah.
Why didn't she come up at the end and congratulate him?
I don't know. I've not watched any of the news, to be honest.
Yeah. We are actually recording this on the day it's been announced.
Yeah.
So they haven't
today.
finished counting. So maybe she's waiting
It's
until the
been
end of the
called
count.
already, but I don't know. I've
They
not
haven't,
watched.
like official records haven't been released. It's just people are using the
the
numbers that
record
have
of
been
the
confirmed.
Yeah. So no idea.
Yes. And apparently Trump has already tweeted like.
Yes.
Yes.
He's already put the word out.
Yeah.
To,
I mean, other in the morning, actually by around midday, like I think Starmer, the British PM, like have already said congratulating him
Yeah.
on X. So
And the French guy.
and Macron,
Yeah.
yeah. So yeah, it's technically official.
happening.
There, yeah.
Yeah.
Who said it wasn't going to happen there?
I said it was going to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Did you?
Yes, I did.
Because you support him, or you just know
Not
the
because
reality
I
of
support
things?
him. I
You
think.
do support him.
Well, the thing is, like, I have no say
We
about
are-
the American
yeah.
politics.
Yeah. So
I'm just
not
you
voters.
like him for the American.
No, I don't
No.
like him at all.
Alright.
Yeah.
Why are you projecting?
No. I'm just trying to understand where she's coming from.
You always love the Donald.
There's so many things about him that I don't like, especially on the policies and the push he's been trying to make, especially the ones that affect women. For me, that's a big thing. So definitely, if I was
Such
American,
as which
I
one?
would
Which one are you talking about?
about abortion,
Reproductive rights.
reproductive rights.
Women's reproductive rights.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah.
So that's going to change. And I feel sorry for the women in America, That's a big impact on their lives, actually. There are many
Yeah.
people who've lost their lives because of the abortion ban
The abortion
in some
bans,
states.
yeah.
So, it's... Yeah.
Yeah, I'm the one with my perspective is a bit mean.
Yes.
It's just, you know, sometimes in life there are things that show you
Yeah.
you all are like us. You know,
Yeah.
as Africans, people are like African politics is if there's levels to shittiness of politics,
Yeah.
Africa ranks, you know, high in shittiness,
Yes.
and very low in democracy, right? So as the most democratic nation on earth, you know, we're in the same WhatsApp group.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want us to export people to help you learn how to protest maandamano,
We can help.
let us know.
We can wake up their Gen Zs.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's I think
To
I don't
start a
know.
revolution.
'Cause,
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. And also I guess electoral college is a very complex, weird thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I guess it's like certain states have more electoral counts versus other states, but
Yeah.
the population could be lower
Yes.
compared to other states, which is weird. But then the only analogy I can think of is every election I will line up at 5 a.m. to vote, even though I know my vote is not going to count.
Yeah.
It's probably the moment I put it in the ballot, whether that box is counted or not.
Yeah.
You know, these elections are decided before. You know, we're just there exercising our democratic right.
Yeah.
But I mean, I know it sucks for a lot of people, but I think she did an amazing job because to be thrown into the ring that late,
Yeah.
and I would have said a much bigger whitewash.
Yeah.
But it was closer than I would have imagined.
What were the
honestly.
percentages? Actually, I haven't watched the news.
Wait, let me pull it up.
Yeah.
Let me pull it up.
Because it would be interesting to see if it's a very close margin. Like, yeah, definitely.
So right now he has 292. This is an electoral college, electoral whatever they call it.
Yeah.
And she's at 224.
Okay.
Then popular vote, he's at 71.8 million. She's at 67 million.
Okay.
Yeah.
So quite close.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I would have expected a much bigger
Gap. Yeah.
gap.
I think she didn't. I think Donald Trump has changed the language of politics.
In what way?
That, you know, we don't care about facts. Facts are, listen, they are all relative.
As a Trump supporter, explain
No,
to us.
I'm not a Trump supporter. I'm just a realist. I'm a realist. The language she was talking is, yes, for her demographic, she reaches out to them. But these are not the people we're dealing with anymore. We want baseline stuff. I want to have more money in my pocket. Say simple things to me. Don't tell me about the whole, hey, it's long. We want the simple stuff. And she didn't reach out there. And, you know, Michelle Obama said, when they go low, we go high. No, Donald Trump. When they go low, we bring it to the floor.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She wasn't willing to bring it to the floor. And unfortunately, that's the game she was playing now. She's too much of a nice person. It's unfortunate. That's the reality of it.
The big promise was people will have more money in their pockets
Yes.
and there will be more jobs.
Yes, that's what we want to hear.
Yeah.
Sell us a
Who
dream.
is
Sell me
we?
some-
You're not American. When did you become American? I'm confused.
Hey, listen,
Folks.
I'm channeling my American cousins.
What is happening here?
I'm channeling my American cousins.
Did we miss something?
Nah, it's true though. Am I lying? That's the basic. The language of politics is gone. All this thing talking about policy, we don't care.
Yeah.
We liked Obama coming up and rapping with Eminem. See, that's what we want.
Let me ask you.
If only
Hold
Obama
on.
came over to our.
Hold on. You are technically a voter in Ireland.
Yeah.
What is usually the language in Irish elections?
No, it's boring. It's boring. No, I've never voted in Ireland.
At all?
At all, never.
God.
I've never felt the need. Everything works. Everything was fine.
wow.
Until stuff starts breaking.
Let's move on. This is a trigger for me. Trigger.
Until stuff starts breaking, that's when we'll look around. We'll start asking questions. Who's the prime minister, by the way? Who's the minister of finance? Who's the minister of this? But for now, same as here. I don't know who the prime minister is here.
I don't think they have a prime minister.
They do.
They have
one-
rotating president.
They have rotating president. They've got a
yeah.
leader
Yeah.
who speaks on behalf of everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know who
It
that is.
rotates.
I know it's a female.
At least we can.
No, but that rotates within them. So they vote
It changes
within
every
them.
other-
Yeah, right
so
now it's a
every-
female. I
yeah,
saw
yeah.
on TikTok the other day.
Yeah.
You know.
So,
But,
yeah. So
Guys, look, it is what it is.
we were having this conversation before about what I've been seeing people who've been very pro-Trump, which is they are complaining that as Trump was selling is that there will be more jobs, there will be more money in your pocket.
Yes. That's what we want to hear.
Yes, and people are feeling what's happening with the economy because of the policies that were done previously. That's what we were talking about. Yeah.
I honestly, I can't relate to voting in the US.
Yeah.
But I can only draw references to Kenya.
Yeah.
That is how our current president came in because he promised jobs.
Yes. Oh, yes. He
That's
did.
exactly what he promised.
He promised hustle.
Yeah, hustlers. He told them, vote for me, I'll get you what?
Yeah.
Jobs.
Yeah.
Who are they on the streets trying to get this person out?
The same people.
Hustlers.
Yeah.
Because
the magic
how do you create jobs? It's not that you wake up and you wave a magic wand, right? There's a way government is a system, and it's a system of systems. There's a way it works. You have to have actual positions. Institutions have to be structured in a way that there's job creation, job nurturing. You have to nurture the business environment. That way more businesses are set up. When there's more businesses, you want to hire people, right? I'm not an economist, but I think this is just basic knowledge.
Yeah.
So sometimes I guess I can't be mad at voters because when you're feeling the pinch, right, you're just taking things based on what someone says.
Yeah.
But it's the same way previous presidents would come and bring you maize 2 days to elections and tell you'll see more of this if you vote for me. But there's no reasoning of, but where has this person been for 5 years? And then it happens again and you still do the same thing, right? I think there's a madness that comes with elections and politics. I think all this people arguing about, he promised jobs, he promised. Honestly, I think it's just a label people want to put on things.
Yeah.
In our countries, we know it's tribalism. That's still what we vote as. Someone telling you, he promised jobs is just a fucking story. Mm-hmm. So same thing in the US, there is tribal lines, whatever the tribes look like to them, right? We're seeing next door in France how the left, right wing, right, is now coming in, who have had very racist rhetoric, etc. But people want to give a label of, no, it's because they want to bring, no. It's very simple.
Yeah.
People are going back into their tribal lines, whether your tribal line is feeling like, as a white man, I feel like I'm becoming a minority, or as whatever it is. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't explain to us jobs and you're going to do blah, blah, blah. And because the man most of the time the number of times he said jobs is not that much. But the number of times he talked about
immigrants.
Mm-hmm. I saw they did an ad the day before the election, basically trashing trans people, and they used the chick from Algeria, during the Olympics, that the Italian girl, she beat up the Italian girl, and so the girl was like, she was beaten by a man. The chick is literally a woman, born a woman. But these guys took that and put in a campaign to like trash trans people, right? And everyone is like, no, you have to hear what he's saying. Folks, this is just what it is. If people feel comfortable in an America that was great in the 20s, there was slavery then.
Yeah.
So if that speaks to them, that's what they want. Let's not white label and whitewash. So whatever rhetoric, this is across the board, across nations. Whatever rhetoric speaks to you, let's just know, as human beings, we are ugly and flawed. We are very ugly on the inside. But on the outside, we want to use terms that make us feel like, no, there was a rationale to this. That's just the basic. Mm-hmm. It's all of us across the board. It's not just an American thing. This is also a Kenyan thing. I have voted tribal before.
Yeah.
It's just, it is what it is.
Yeah. Definitely. We may call it tribal in Kenya or in Africa. We've seen it a lot even for Brexit.
Yeah.
It was all about the immigrants. In the US, the same. They're talking about the war. The walls.
Don't tell us, there was money in the pocket. No. The entire world had post-pandemic. The entire world went to a recession.
Yeah.
So when you're saying, when Biden came in, we had no jobs, you think the entire world went into a recession?
Yeah.
Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah, definitely. It
is. Let's just accept the labels the things that we are, but we feel like it's something too ugly to accept. So we want to label this thing. No, we have to accept our ugliness and deal with it, or don't deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Yeah. He was his one. The people have made the decision. That's what they want. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
Good luck.
We as Americans, we have spoken.
But then also
America
now,
by proxy. Yeah.
Our brothers and sisters in Mozambique. I don't know if you knew Mozambique also had elections.
Yeah.
And of course, there's a lot of, not of course, but well, there's a lot of election fraud.
Yeah.
So the existing incumbent government won. And people are protesting. And they have unleashed the police on people. Like I was seeing the videos of people just being, it's insane. It's fucking sad.
Yeah. I remember I caught up with the news a while ago. I didn't know it went that bad.
Yeah.
The
And
elections
they're trying to
happened.
they're shutting down the internet.
Yeah.
So that information doesn't get out, but it's sad. So,
The
you
world
know,
is
as
sad.
much as we're talking the US, at least for me, our brothers and sisters in Mozambique
Yeah.
need our support in any way.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. And speaking of African countries, my aha for this week.
Oh, my God. Oh, my Lord.
We have a spotlight on a country that's not heard of a lot in the African continent.
Uh-oh.
Equatorial Guinea. And
And we are not talking about their exceeding science experiments. No.
no, we are not talking about their resources. Nope. We are not talking about their
I
economic
mean, it's kind of
movement.
resources, but, you know,
Yes, it's sort of resources. But if you haven't caught up with the news,
yes.
there is a man who has decided, he's actually a civil servant, a high-ranking civil servant.
Yeah. But also a nephew to the president, apparently.
He's a
Nephew to the president.
Maybe that's, he decided that he wants to have as many women as he would want, which is, there's no problem. But he decided to record each and every interaction of a sexual interaction with this
And not
women.
just any women,
Yeah.
wives to other politicians.
You can find all links in the comments below. Please feel free.
No links. We are not going to share porn here. No, that is that is going to be, it depends after dark if we have another. It depends OnlyFans.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Actually, it depends on the fans. Yeah. If ever that
All
comes
the
up.
links. All 463 of them.
Oh my Lord. Actually, that's a very exact number. Is that the number?
No, I'm joking.
Oh, okay.
I just threw that. It sounds more believable if I just split up the numbers a bit. But
I know it's around 400. I think I've been on X and I saw people talk about it. But you know what's the most the thing that caught my eye is that sometimes there would be
what's his name?
Baltasar Egonga or something.
Right. He's a minister.
He's a civil servant.
He's a high-ranking official.
He's a high-ranking official who's just been out here doing as he pleases.
High-ranking officialing.
Yes.
Yeah, doing as he pleases with other people's wives
Yes.
live on camera and recorded all these sessions.
All of them.
Yo.
Yes.
All
All
he's
of
been
them.
suspended.
Yeah. I think the VP said also like those who were doing these acts in the office, because most of the videos were shot in the office,
Yeah.
in the government offices. Yeah.
So it's not like they were caught. They just recorded themselves.
They
He
recorded
was
themselves.
he had a setup. That guy, maybe he has a OnlyFans and we are here thinking
Actually, it could be.
he could have a full-on OnlyFans that he's making a gazillion.
With 400 videos, that will push you a good while.
Yeah.
And you don't,
But what is that kink that makes you think you want to record all these things?
Yeah,
Or maybe
that's
he
what
was using that for blackmail. He was going to use that for blackmail. Or
Yeah,
even
and-
blackmailing them to record them.
According to my friends who saw the videos, personally I didn't see them.
A friend of friends.
According to my friends who saw the videos, all the ladies seem like they are participating willingly and looking straight into the camera phone or whatever camera he has. They are looking willingly and having these things happen to them while smiling and reacting to whatever is happening to them.
Yes.
So it's not like it's unless you don't know what sort of discussion he
I
had
assume
with
it
them
was
previously.
consensual.
Yes, it was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah, it seemed that way. But them being someone else's spouses, it's.
Oof.
Yeah, there are very many men with vendettas right now.
I'm telling
I can
you,
imagine.
I'd say it's dangerous for him.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
dangerous for him.
Oh yeah.
Good luck
that's
for
true.
him.
It is very dangerous for him right now.
Yeah. So Equatorial Guinea is on the map.
It will be like, what was that guy, the Simba or lion of Mombasa? This is the lion of Equatorial Guinea.
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah,
yes,
yeah. For those who want links to videos, please contact IDIG
No,
podcast.
please.
DM DJ Tando at
No,
DJ
listen.
Tando on
DJ
all
Tando.
platforms.
Mom, I'd never.
I have not seen anything, and I do not intend to see. Yes.
These
Oh, let me
are
tell you, it will
Christian
come to you.
eyes.
I saw a video on, because I was on X seeing it trending. So I went in and then I'm like, oh, why is this thing again? I need to get off X. It's
Yeah.
like in the morning I go in to kind of see what trends. And then it's like, you scroll and the thing just start playing and I'm like, wait, hold on.
As in
So I had
full
to-
on, like
Yes.
full on.
X doesn't stop anything.
Listen, X is the wild, wild west. There,
No,
you have
so
to
the
go
ones,
there.
the ones I've seen on X, because I've seen some.
No,
but
they are full blown ones.
I've seen when I was
Blurred
just
ones.
scrolling, they just put emojis on the act part, you know.
No, me,
Yeah.
a full on
You
one.
full on.
Yeah.
Oh,
Full on
okay.
one.
Now, X, listen. It's
X
Yes,
is
it
open
is, yeah,
season.
definitely.
X is
open season.
oof.
So yeah, if those
I only go
interested-
there during the weekends because I can't handle during the week. I'm
Also, you don't want to be opening X when there are people around you. Yes.
Even when someone sends you a link and it's
Yes.
got X on it.
Yeah.
You're just like,
Why
hold
do
on.
you- I think that's why he called it X.
Because let me not say.
X-rated.
I was about to say in my past life, because a lot of the porn websites are usually XX.
X, yeah,
.com, X and X. Yeah, a lot of the X is tied to a lot of porn adult websites,
Allegedly.
allegedly. So, again, mom, no.
No, we do not,
No, we do not partake.
Yes, willingly, and sometimes it may be pushed to you by
Yeah,
the algorithm,
unwanted.
by unwanted. But no.
Lord.
Yes, so good.
All right.
Any other aha of the week?
No, that's me.
Yeah,
It's all about the Donald.
the Donald.
It's all about
Yeah.
No, none for me. I'm recovering from. I'm suffering. I'm recovering from food poisoning. So God have mercy. But
Hepatitis.
yeah, I'm
Is-
telling you.
Yes.
I even have a headache. I don't even know what has to do. Anyway, we are here.
Now we're here. Here we are now.
Here we are now.
So,
All right.
moving on to our topic of the week, which is us dissecting what kind of music represented our decade.
Yes.
Yes.
And this is a really fun activity to
Yes.
also do yourself, like to kind of look back at maybe how your music has changed, how
Yeah.
it's grown, you just never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right. Do you
start
wanna
us off.
start?
No,
Okay.
start us off.
So ironically, I realized I even have preteens, 0 to 10.
Oh.
But this was more what I had around the house
Yes.
growing up. This is where my knowledge of rumba music, because my parents played a lot of Franco, Simpilia Bell.
Yeah.
Yes, all that. So rumba was a big part of my preteens. Reggae,
Reggae as well.
because my firstborn brother is a Rastafarian.
Yeah.
And when we were kids, because he was older, he could control the radio. So my knowledge for old school reggae is insane.
Yeah.
But I realized not just me, it's also my other brothers, because that's what we were consuming because of Jim, our firstborn. So a lot of, also,
Roots kind of reggae.
roots.
Yes.
Like the Baniwelas, the
Yeah.
Tabarukas, all that. That was my preteens. And then now there's also outside of rumba, other African music was now I said also listening a lot to my parents used to party a lot. This is the thing. We used to always have house parties.
Wow.
Yes. So this is my introduction also to Yvonne Chaka Chaka. Yes, because she had the funky African music.
Yeah.
I wrote someone else down. Rebecca Mlope, although she was gospel. But yeah, also that was my introduction to now South African music. Because if it wasn't rumba, it was a bit of
South Africa.
South African.
Yeah.
Yes. And reggae.
So pretty.
That is 0 to 10. That is all. Which is until it's weird because now as an adult, when I'm cleaning, I'll play rumba. Because when you were kids, you have your duties on Saturday to clean the house. Rumba was always playing.
Nice.
Yeah.
You know, I'm thinking about rumba, and I don't think I ever had a moment in my life where I consumed any rumba music.
Yeah.
Maybe I should get a playlist from you.
Even back then, the Kanda Bongo man.
I thought that was sukus. Is this the same thing?
Well, yes. I'll
Yeah.
also now call that suku. So
Sukus.
there was Kanda Bongo man. There
Yeah.
was Alus Mabele.
Yes.
Yes.
So there was the sukus and the rumba kind of.
Yes,
the
all
same-
coming
okay.
from Congo, yes.
Okay.
Yes. That was pretty. Because I
Yeah.
remember as kids, we would go somewhere and then you're told, come dance here for the visitors. It was always to Kanda Bongo man. That thing used to annoy me so much. I literally remember this. We had gone to my cousins live in South Sea. and their neighbors were a Ugandan family. And I don't know what we're doing. So they were having us over. We were visiting my cousins. Then the neighbors were having us over. And I remember us being called, me and the older kid was called Kato.
Yeah.
I remember us being called, come dance here for the visitors. And it was Alus Babele. I was so annoyed. It is in my head. But Kato was dancing. She danced. I'm just thinking, what is this? Yeah, I remember that.
Your parents had moving entertainment.
I
with
tell
them,
you,
yes.
yes. Like, what are these children doing here? Dance.
Were they dancing themselves?
No, they're just watching us dance.
Can you dance to save your life?
Oh
right
my
now?
God, I can dance, but I don't know why that
Super-
bothers me. Yeah.
Alus
Oh
Mabele.
man. Oh my God. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
My preteen. Maybe we go around for the
Yeah.
decades. Yeah. Preteen. I can't think of any music that comes to heart, most probably, but I do remember country was something that was played a lot at home because my dad loved music and he had LPs. I don't know what you call them.
Vinyls.
The vinyls, yes. So he had lots of country artists. Jimmy Reeves,
yeah. Kenny
I'm
Rogers
Kenny
back in the
Rogers,
day. Oh,
yes,
yeah.
yeah. So that was sort of what I consumed a lot, and I can't think of anything else other than what I used to listen to on radio. So like those artists on Sundowner.
Sundowner.
Yes.
Sundowner was
Yes.
is it just me? But when I hear music that's Sundowner music, I always found that music to be so melancholy because it was, it was evening. It was, So when a song from back then that I had at that time immediately makes me sad, I don't know why.
Oh, yeah. Okay. For those who don't know, the new generation, Sundowner was, or if you're not from Kenya, and
There was one radio station.
It was one radio station in Kenya, Kenya Broadcasting Corporation, KBC, which was Voice of Kenya before.
Yeah, it was VOK, yeah.
Yes, and they did have set music from 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. That the program they called it Sundowner, and they had these songs from. I feel it was Western. Mostly it was Western.
It
a
was
bit
a lot
of
of country. The song that comes to mind is Country Road.
Oh yes, Take Me
Home.
Yes.
That song makes me sad whenever I hear it. I'm just like,
yeah. So that kind of music is what we call Sundowner music.
Yeah.
So a lot of Sundowner and country music. Not much rumba. I can't remember about rumba. Yeah. DJ. Preteen.
My preteen music was gospel, African gospel,
Wow.
South African gospel music.
Yes.
Till this day, I love it. I love it.
Do you have like an artist that comes to mind?
No, it's just a group of them, you know, like you said, Rebecca, Lundi, what's his name? Pastor Tsolim Mahlango and Benjamin Dube. Now they're coming to me now. Okay. Yeah. So like people like that.
Yeah.
Like, and even Kirk Franklin, we got Kirk Franklin early. Like a lot of gospel music because like the parties, I remember having parties, but we're never there as kids. We're never around. We'd all be sent somewhere and then they'd party separately. And Afro jazz as well. Yeah, like Sanko Mota, Miriam Makeba.
Yes.
Yeah, like Afro jazz music.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
that's the kind of stuff we didn't really.
Was this influence from your mom or
For my mom and my cousins, I had a lot of older cousins
Okay.
that were into that, and they were heavy church goers, and
Yeah.
so that's where I got there. I love like gospel. I listen to it religiously.
Yeah.
Religiously.
You do listen to gospel a lot, yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Wow.
Interesting.
No way in Medicus was their gospel.
I do remember Miriam Makeba.
Yeah.
So maybe one of the LPs my dad had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really, really good music.
She's on with the
that's
Pata Pata song.
Yes. Yeah. Okay. Now, so teens.
Hey, now my first, which literally when I thought teenager.
Before we go to teens, you know something I've realized? Most of our preteen were influenced by our parents' music.
Yeah.
So we sort of borrowed.
I had
our
nothing
parents-
that was like my own.
What,
nothing,
your
yeah.
own, yes. Okay.
So teens, this is where I got into hip hop.
Yes.
California Love. But I don't know why I was listening to this song but I loved Tupac. This was my introduction to Tupac. It's that era. I loved Miss. Oh my God. I don't know why which is odd because my brother loved Biggie, but I don't like. I like the Biggie songs, but Tupac. Like once I started hearing, listen to Tupac, I was like, this is my person.
Yeah.
This is every girl said she's going to marry him, but here we are. This is my introduction to R&B. The one artist that stood out to me during this time, also because I thought I would marry him. Who knows? Tevin Campbell.
Oh, I thought you were gonna marry my man.
Oh my God. Hi. It's so weird as that you've not even experienced dating or love, but you're crying to love songs.
Yes.
Let me tell you.
I still have a relationship with Tevin Campbell in my head that I would say a month would not go by before without me listening to a Tevin Campbell song from the first album.
Yeah.
His very first album was it.
Yeah. But also he was young. So why was he also singing about heartbreak?
Yes.
Anyway.
Can We Talk was my favorite. Yes.
Love me. And then also I have an introduction to also women rappers. So I remember MC Light's song called Rocker Party when it dropped. Oh my God. Still love that song. Like every time I hear that song, I can tell you snapshots in my life of where I was whenever I'd listen to that. Oh God, still love that song. Then it was also my introduction to kind of like soft rock music. There was this group called Spin Doctors, and maybe it's I got from my brother. They had this song called Two Princes that used to go, Princess, Princess, we adore you. Just go ahead now. Oh my, what am I singing?
Just go ahead.
Yeah, that was my introduction into rock in that period. So that was my teens was mostly rap. Loved. I was in love with Tupac. Loved me now female rappers. So MC Light stood out. Then also Missy during that period. Tevin Campbell. Also maybe I should have mentioned even Aaliyah. Was during that period of like, oh wow, like the era of like you're a boy. Like I don't know, she spoke to me because they only had brothers. So whenever I look at her outfits, I'm like, oh, I can get those. My brother's pants. We used to always fight over stealing my brother's pants and things like that. But that period to me is R&B sticks out in my head. A very angsty love, heartbreak R&B, female hip hop, and like Tupac. Yes.
Okay.
And a bit of rock.
Pre-teens for me is almost sounds
teens.
Teens. I mean, sorry. For me, almost sounds exactly the same as you. I do vividly remember my brother and his friends had this obsession with Tupac and Biggie. So, of course, I tuned into that a lot. And then I did have my own artists who I loved. So I loved LL Cool J.
Oh, ladies love Cool J.
Ladies love Cool Gems.
Yes.
And teens for me is when, because I was now like deep in fields, I had posters of all these artists on my wall. So like you would buy the newspaper and cut out, they would have the posters of the artists. So I had a cutout of LL, I had a cutout of Tevin Campbell because I loved Tevin Campbell. And I think these were very relatable because they were the same age.
Yeah.
Most of them were teenagers as well.
Which is why now when I look back, again, I'm like, why were they singing about? But you never questioned.
Yes.
You're like, oh, this teenager is singing about heartbreak.
Yes.
So this is, I don't know, you used to feel it, but it's like, in essence, you never even kissed a boy.
Yeah. And I loved R&B back then because, you know, now like I was looking at the boys in the neighborhood and I was liking them and they were cool. They were listening to this music and I would imagine... I am playing out the scenarios about love with music, thinking about the boys in the neighborhood, the heartbreaks. The heartbreak. Now, for me, also interesting is I got introduced to what was what people were listening to in Europe because we used to watch a lot of Deutsche Welle, and they had those TV stations. So, like for example. I think Kylie Minogue.
Yes.
And the Wonderwall, the Wonderwall song. I used to sing
Oasis?
Oasis, yeah. So
Yes.
I listened to a lot of Oasis, yes. I know that song back to
Yeah.
back. And surprisingly,
You're
like
my
a lot of people play that song everywhere. I have gone to Ireland,
Yeah.
wherever I'm in Europe.
Yeah,
that
that's true.
song,
It's
yes.
like a universal.
So, yes. And sometimes I'm like, oh, I know this one. Yeah. So a lot of European artists or whatever they were listening to. So a bit of rock,
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue, all that, and some other artists I'm forgetting. But I because that's the only thing I could consume at that point. So
yeah.
this was sort of my own artists. Aliyah, of course, was also
Yes.
my
Oof.
another favorite of
Yeah.
mine. And it's interesting enough, I did away with what my dad was listening to, and I found that music very backward.
Yeah.
So whatever he would put, I'd be like, oh no. So I was like, I don't want to listen to this. Yeah.
Oh, because then now you're developing your own
taste, music taste.
Yeah, so you
Yes.
feel like no, mine is more elevated. This,
Yes.
they don't get it.
They don't get
Yeah,
it. Yes,
yeah.
yes. And that was also the age where I wrote down lyrics a lot. I had a lyrics
Oh
book.
my God. There's
Yes.
this, yes, there's, I think I sent you the video and you were like, you couldn't relate, of this chick doing a skit of us in the teens.
To the yes,
Yeah,
yes.
you play the song and it's like, Scrab is a guy. Then you're like, pause.
Scrab
Scrab is a guy. You're like, Then you're like, play. And then it's like, if you miss something, you rewind. You're like, okay. And you're like, you didn't have songbooks?
No, we didn't do that.
You didn't do, but did you have cassettes?
Yeah, we had cassettes.
Okay.
We would just record them and then just hope the DJ would shut up so we can record it and then play it again. Whenever.
yeah.
That's how we got. Like we didn't really. We didn't write down the songs. That sounds very time consuming.
But was it a thing? I wonder if girls
Girls are the ones who did this.
Yeah. Did you ever see in your school like girls exchanging like songbooks?
Didn't go to school with girls.
You were only boys.
Yeah.
Wow,
Okay.
interesting.
Yeah.
So the lyrics was such a big thing that one of the newspapers on Saturdays,
Yeah.
I think, or Sundays, they would have a lyrics section.
Yeah.
So the song of the week and then the lyrics for that, and cutting out that and putting it on your lyrics book.
Yeah.
Was something
Would save you
nostalgic.
time, yeah.
Yes. So you don't have to write it down.
Yeah.
So you'd always look forward to what's going to be released next week.
Yeah.
You cut it out and then
I
you
think
put
this
it
is
on.
Kenya's version of karaoke.
Yes, and you could sing
Yeah.
along.
Yeah, you can sing along now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. What about
What were
you?
your teens?
My teens, my homeboy, was it Paul, gave me a cassette. And this cassette had a dog bending over. And behind this dog, it was next to a kennel. And then it was giving the other dog, and the cassette was called Doggy Style by Snoop Doggy Dog.
I was
This
like,
was
wait, where
the
are we going?
greatest album I had ever listened to. This is
Yeah.
what shaped me. I know the words back to front. I know the whole album. This is what got me into hip hop. And then through that, also my friend had a collection of. I got into Bob Marley heavily. He had all the Bob Marley CDs, and you know that also cruised. And he was a big hip hop fan as well, so we kind of fell in dancehall.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
dancehall. Yes.
That was the thing. We used to go to afternoon sessions. This is like the club during the day, but it's still dark, but it's still the night, but it's still daytime.
You were introduced to dancehall in your teens?
Yeah, we used to go to afternoon sessions, and it was wild.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
It was really wild, and R&B was a massive thing. I don't know why you guys have all of a sudden have amnesia. I think I know why, but
Yeah.
R. Kelly.
Yeah. Well.
Oh my God.
To be fair, yes.
Oh my God.
Yes,
I know
yes.
people always dodge
Because
it
I
and
believe
say,
I Can Fly was during our teens, no?
Yes.
Or was
And
it?
in the
like
closet,
even when you say Aliyah,
Yes. Yeah.
when you say Aliyah, you gotta say, they came in,
Yeah.
there's,
Yeah.
If
there's
you're
not
down
one
with
without
the
the,
click, let me hear
I'm
you sing.
telling you.
okay, yeah.
Just now I'm talking about the art, not the person himself. you
Yeah,
know?
it's true, it's true.
Yeah, like,
Yeah,
that
for the R.
was
Kelly period, yeah.
that was the main, and I was big R&B fan.
Yeah.
There was a group called As Yet.
Yes,
Oh,
I
yes,
remember.
I used to have a
Yes.
cassette
Last
of these
night.
guys. Yeah, these dudes.
Yes,
I thought
I
these dudes were
was-
the
well-
next Boys to Men, and Boys to Men themselves.
They were
obviously.
also
Massive,
giving-
yeah.
Yeah.
Really
Actually,
big.
As Yet dropped like 2-3 songs and that was it.
That's all that was on the cassette. 4 songs.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, 2 on one side, 2 on the other side, and that's it.
That was the year of the boy bands, the black boy
Yeah,
bands.
yeah,
I don't know if you call them or groups or
Yeah.
yes, because
Yeah.
you had
Boys to Men,
Men,
112,
Yeah.
As Yet, Black Street,
Yeah.
Yeah.
H-Town. I'm sure I'm missing a whole bunch of them.
Yeah. And, you know,
Bobby Brown group, what was
Yeah,
that?
what were they called?
Yeah.
Bobby Brown's group, New Edition.
New
Yeah,
Edition.
New Edition.
Oh
Yeah,
my
New
God.
Edition was really big for
Loved,
me. Yeah.
loved New
yeah.
Edition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really good. And then as I was in high school, learning like every disco that happened appealed to white people only. So all the white songs ended up knowing all of them, you know, which also it opened up my, because they've got a lot of good songs on
Yeah.
that side as well. You know, like you were saying, like I was a big Hanson fan.
Oh, Hanson, yes, I did.
That's the only song I know.
Yes.
Yeah. I was a big, what's the Google? Anyway, yes, like there's a lot of songs that white people used to listen to that I was like, yo,
Yeah.
this
It must have been a huge shift to you because that's when you moved.
yeah.
So was it a drastic shift music wise moving from Zim to Ireland?
Music wasn't even on my. Actually, that's what helped me get through. Yeah, I needed somewhere to you know, but here I saw there was abundance of music and I could afford it as well.
Yeah.
So
And
called
you could
CD
get new
collections.
releases all
the
CD
time. Yes.
collections
Yes.
was massive. So actually that really got me through. So it was a massive change. And now I could whatever I was into, even if I didn't like it, and then would trade CDs with other people. Once you've finished this, and I was like, I need to do something with these CDs. You know, that was before CDs were DJable with. You couldn't DJ with CDs.
Oh, that's interesting. So you'd still have to DJ with vinyls.
Yeah, with vinyls. And that was another price.
Interesting.
Anyway. Yeah.
So for DJing, it went from vinyls to just laptops.
No, it went from vinyls to CDs to laptops.
You could DJ with CDs?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Went from vinyl
Because
to
I
CDs to
remember it
laptops.
improved where you could actually select songs. The technology improved a little
Yeah,
bit.
yeah.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
can select songs from the laptop
Yeah.
now. Yeah.
And now on CD, you know the way CDs used to be sensitive, it has a scratch, it skips.
It skips. Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, how do you guys deal with that? I just
You just make sure you keep 2 copies. Because especially if it's a big song, you make sure CDs were cheap.
and CDs, if you play them often enough, it would also reduce the quality of the music.
No, that's with records.
That was record.
Yeah, once you put the
because
needle,
of the
only a
needle.
few times they burn
That's
out
true.
because that was real vinyl. Now it's
Yeah.
plastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that was my teen years.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah,
Teen? Okay.
and R.I.P. to what's his name now? I've forgotten his name. I had his name in my head.
The one who
guy?
passed recently.
Yeah, the one who passed the other day,
Oh, Quincy.
Quincy Jones.
Jones, yeah.
Yes,
Quincy Delight Jones.
massive influence. All
Yeah.
that music, like
Yeah, that
all
period
that.
was.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
unbelievable.
Oh man, that's a period of Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
I missed that.
Yeah.
I think yeah.
Yeah. All right. 20s.
20s.
Hey, now my 20s. So my 20s, well, I think I went deeper into specific types of rap. Like I was really into Nas, but that's because my boyfriend at the time was into Nas.
Yeah.
But also I loved Outkast. Oh my God. That my obsession with Outkast began in my 20s. Then I was really into female groups, so like the Destiny's Child, all that. Like I was really, really into. That's also a time for the Pussycat Dolls, all the which I don't know. These people never lasted that long. I loved neo soul.
Or neo soul, the
Yes.
music. Okay.
So Maxwell,
that was
Jill
Maxwell
Scott,
era,
Erykah
yes.
Badu. That period to me was like when I fully discovered neo soul, and it's like, whoa, what is this thing? I used to consume
Yes.
a lot of neo soul
Yeah.
in my 20s. This is now when I started getting into Afro beats. So I think this is the period. I remember the first. No, it was a guy called Nine. I don't know how you pronounce his name, but it's the number 9 and Ice. So I don't know if it's 9 Ice or Nice, but he had this song called Gongwa So Kuchukwa or Obsessed. So that's when I started getting into Afrobeats fully. There's this guy called Netosi who had a song called 10 over 10. It's also that the period in my life I moved to Nigeria.
Yeah.
Yes. So, but before I moved to Nigeria, I started kind of getting into Afrobeats. Wizkid was still super young then. Davido was still super young. So he started getting into Afrobeats. And then Kwaito music. I loved, there's a song called Umlilo that I still listen to at least once a week. But it's my introduction to Kwaito music. Loved it. And then dancehall. Because this is the period I said working. Actually, no. If you went to a public university in Kenya in this period, dancehall was, oh my God, it was anthem.
Yes.
At every event, just dancehall had a chokehold on Kenyans. That was the beginning. And then it's like you finish university, you go and start working. And you basically, I think my first 3 years working, I think I basically clubbed every 3-4 nights a week.
Yeah.
But dancehall was massive. Massive in Kenya.
It rings for me very clearly because 20s, that decade was purely dancehall for me.
Yeah. Oof.
And in Nairobi, because now also like I went through school, had started working, there used to be dancehall and reggae, and there used to be reggae Mondays.
Yes.
But it was purely dancehall. And it used to be, was it in K2 or where was
The
it?
Baricho Road.
I can't remember where it
The
was.
one near your stadium side.
Yes, that
that's
one. Yes.
K2 Baricho Road.
K2,
Yes.
yes. There's a place we used to go.
And there was choices there next to it.
And I remember it was on Mondays. And the weird thing is like we would go out on Monday up to 4 a.m. and still make it home and go to work 8 a.m. the next day. I had the energy of a 20-year-old. So purely dancehall and neo soul. I think that was my those were my two things.
Yeah.
Maxwell was actually the biggest artist, and I finally saw Maxwell live actually here in Zurich. Yes, and I remember thinking this is my life coming full circle.
It's full circle. Oh my God.
Yes. Having seen Maxwell live.
D'Angelo.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes.
Everyone remembers the video.
Oh, the video.
The moment I say you remember the video, all women are like, yes.
Yes.
We remember the video.
Do you remember that video?
I have no
I
idea
cannot
what
tell you
you're
anything
talking
about that song.
Nothing
You
whatsoever.
know the video.
Never.
How does it feel?
And then the camera keeps
And the
going.
camera keeps panning and we're all like,
waiting.
wait. Oh my God.
Yes, that was the
Yeah,
era.
it's so funny about the dancehall period because that's the time I was telling DJ the joke that in Nairobi is that sometimes you can enter the club, that period you enter the club, you can't see the women because all the women are fully bent over.
Bend over. Yeah.
Nairobi club. Wow. Oh, anyway, that was a good time.
It was a good time. And I think for me, this period is stands out for me because I not necessarily was just enjoying music. Now I was spending time with people who actually enjoy this music and strangers per se.
Yeah.
I do remember going to Safari Sevens because Safari Sevens
that was
was
the
a
period
rugby.
of Safari Sevens.
Yes,
Oh my God. It was like the highlight of rugby.
Yes.
Actually, there was floodlights, floodies. I used to go for floodies. That's
Yeah.
the one that used to happen at night.
Yeah.
And then Safari Sevens was like the
The
peak
culmination
event.
of
It was like
everything.
it was like a social event. It was
Yes.
like on everyone's calendar.
Yes. And one thing that stands out is that around this time, when I went, I think to either my first or second sevens, and I just happened to pass by where people were dancing, and I just got in, and I ended up in the newspaper. My face was on the newspaper.
Busy dancing at
The
7.
next day, yes, dancing at sevens, and I was like, oh my God! But I this is the era where actually now purely the music that I liked and also enjoyed the music with other people.
Yeah.
And went out a lot.
And I think that period also, there's 3 gospel songs that stand out to me. Stomp. Kirk Franklin was big within us that period. And 2 of Mary Mary's songs. Yeah. And then I remember, the third one is there was a Kenyan artist, Kuna Dawa. I forgot what her name is. Kuna Dawa.
Was she Wahome or
Yeah.
what's her name? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I used to always find it so funny that in the club they would play Stomp and then immediately after you will bend over.
And then you say there's
And then,
Kuna Dawa.
yeah. And then they play Kuna Dawa and we're all, you praise and then you bend over. I was like, wow. Oh, man.
Yeah, there was a lot of gospel artists from the US actually who hit the market, the Kenyan market
Yeah.
around that
Yeah.
time. Yeah.
Yeah.
Kirk Franklin
Yeah.
and yeah. Okay.
Huge.
Yep.
And my
20s.
20s.
Yes.
20s, I think it was a lot of Kwaito, because I was in Ireland at that time, and I had friends who would always come back or go and come back with new stuff, and always be CDs, and still the hip hop and R&B. I think at that time I was doing a lot of clubbing for research purposes, just trying to meet people, because I was trying to make it as a DJ, because I had seen that this is what I want to do, and there was nothing, So it wasn't like I went and picked exactly one thing. I was just into a lot of stuff. Yeah.
When did you start DJing?
What was it, 2003, 4?
How old were you?
I think I was 23, 24.
23, 20. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that was the period when like I wasn't even into anything specific.
Yeah.
Just all types of music I liked. Yeah, I even got into some classical stuff as well. Just liked the sounds it made. There was some dance music that had classic music in it. And then I went and looked for the classic version of the dance song that it was. And I fell in love with that. And then through that, I found some other, my friend of mine who was a DJ, and he used to make beats as well, sampled a lot of the dance songs and put the classic songs and made them into dance songs. So I fell into that as well. But a little bit of everything.
Well, I just remember they also got into EDM at that time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. 30s.
Yeah.
My 30s. First of all, where was I in my 30s? Part of it was in Nigeria. Then I moved to Ireland.
India was
pre-Nigeria in my 20s. In my 30s now, that is where it's like I fully was into African music. Fully, like, because being in Nigeria, I was consuming so much Afrobeats. And then also like bongo music was kind of starting to blow up. Bongo is Tanzanian. I used to also consume a lot of Ugandan music. Kenyan music as well. I think I used to consume so much African music during that period. So that was big. And then also moving to Europe. Yeah, also, I don't know, maybe because of nostalgia, you still plug so much into like music from back home because you want to still feel that connection. So so my 30s were a good chunk of it is mostly African music. And then also I loved, I don't know how to pronounce it without. How do you pronounce GQOM? Home.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah. Huge into that. Then now when Amapiano is becoming big, also got into Amapiano.
Yeah.
But a lot of, you'd think, ironically, with living in Europe, you'd think I'd start getting into more dance. No. Like, it just used to be sometimes if you go to the club with like friends after work and it's non-African friends, you'll end up at the spots where they'll play a lot of dance. So you will hear dance, but I never used to consume a lot of it. But also it's the time I think also in pop culture, like, everyone was doing a song with, oh my God, give me everything tonight.
Oh, the
Neo.
But who does he collab with?
Pitbull.
Yeah, but what's a genre? That's like pop house.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of artists was big. So unless it was a black artist doing kind of house, that's what I'll listen to. But I was not trying to listen to house. But like in general, no. But so that was mostly my 30s was mostly Africa. Like I dug so deep into African music and just different parts of African music and like pop house based on black artists.
Yeah.
So, but still consuming like hip hop, like a lot of black music. Yeah. I was very surprised I didn't get more into white music.
It's the opposite for me. My 30s and especially I would separate my 30s into two. Pre, mid, and after. So earlier and after. I was deep into electro dance. Disclosure, Locker People. Like I don't know, I felt the beat hit my soul
It spoke
so
to your
much.
spirit.
It spoke to my
Were
spirit.
you on drugs?
Not really. And I didn't even go out that much to say that I'm influenced by.
You are consuming like at home, like in
at
your.
home.
Oh, interesting.
Yeah, I didn't go out that much, and I think this is also when I moved to, because I moved to Ireland around 34, I think. Pre that, I was already consuming a lot of electro and dance. So Disclosure is always my favorite. There's an album of theirs that I always go back to. It's actually saved. And then after I moved to Ireland, I consumed a bit of pop music. And then after, it's when Afrobeats became pretty big. So then I super latched onto Afrobeats. But I do still have favorites of electro. And this is why I think in my heart, I still go to the Street Parade because Street Parade is the
like
electro biggest European festival that happens
Europe,
in Zurich.
biggest festival in Europe.
Wait, is that different? Tomorrowland would be the biggest, no?
Electro?
Street festival.
It's the biggest street festival, yeah.
Yeah.
Tomorrowland would be the biggest festival.
It would be. And my ultimate is to go to Tomorrowland.
Yeah.
Actually, even
Him too.
when I was consuming all this, I had a target, and I even was trying to buy tickets to Tomorrowland because I was like, I want to be there. But I still go to that festival because I don't know, for some reason that beat sometimes just puts me in a zone where if I was on something extra, probably I would fly, but it just gives me a zone I like. And then Afrobeats came after. So Wizkid, Davido, and I also got pretty deep into hip hop, and specifically Kendrick Lamar was my ultimate favorite. I had an album I would listen to back to back.
I like how you're looking at him
Kendrick is still
directly in
my
the eye
Yes.
contact.
And then the ultimate, Beyonce.
Oh, Bay once. I have a friend who used to call her Bay once. I'm like, no, girl, it's Beyonce.
Beyonce. So, and for me, specifically Beyonce was sort of this person that sort of made me feel, oh, I'm free, I'm a woman, I can do this, I got it all. And I was probably going through that era. So I consumed a lot of Beyonce. Went to her concert in Ireland. Loved it. And
First concert I ever went to was Destiny's Child concert.
Destiny
Actually,
You've seen Destiny's. That's the concert I want to go.
I don't know. TKZ was my
I
first
love
concert.
TKZ.
I think I was
South
like
Africa,
I was like 9 or 10.
Was Cabello part of TKZ?
Yeah, my uncle was one of the organizers. 9 or 10. I remember meeting them.
Yeah.
And boom. That was part of the thing that got me hooked. And then when I got to Ireland, Beyonce and Michelle and the other one that nobody knows her name.
Kelly Rowland. What did you do the other one?
Kelly, please.
What did you just
Don't
say?
make me roll my eyes.
What
Yeah,
did
that
you
was
just
the first
say?
call. Yeah, that was the first
Did you just call Kelly the other one?
The other one. Oh no, actually I meant Michelle is the one people never remember her name.
Yes,
Yes.
Kelly
Ah,
is. Yeah.
so Kelly.
So you saw them when they were the three.
Yeah, the three
Okay.
of them. Yeah, yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that was
That's my ultimate. That's what I want to see.
What's your favorite? My best concert I've ever been to? Kanye West, hands down. That
Where?
was
In Ireland?
unbelievable. Yeah. And that was just after his mother has died. And the performance was everything from the lights and everything.
Yeah.
That was like, yeah, this guy is top of his game.
I don't think I've been to that many concerts.
My ultimate is Kendrick's.
Yeah.
Here in Zurich, actually.
Yeah, I loved Kendrick's concert. That was a good concert.
Yeah.
But also, like talent-wise, I saw Anthony Hamilton live. Jesus, sounds exactly, exactly.
Sultry voice.
Jesus, oh my! I was like, damn. Still love him. Yeah, I saw him. Oh, and Fally Ipupa.
Man, that's gonna be a good one.
Yeah, and he was only male dancer. I said, sir, Fally. Yes.
Yeah. What about you, the 30s?
30s, actually, yeah.
Where you are now.
I think the 30s where I am now, I've gone back to my African roots. I like all the old 90s Kwaito. gospel music, African gospel music.
Oh wait, you in your 30s? I was just like, what are you talking about? Got it.
Yeah,
Still,
yeah.
still not in our 40s.
Back to where I was.
Yeah.
I always find it if I'm in the car and if I'm by myself, I will listen to gospel, kwaito, house music, like South African house. And that's what I'm mostly into. A lot of the stuff, not that I can't stand it, it's not for me. I don't think the artists are talking to me. I don't feel energized by anything new. When was the last time? Actually, there's only one song that now, $1 Million Baby.
Yeah.
I love that. I love that. That's my thing. And anything from Drake. But apart from that, nothing else really catches my attention.
Yeah.
It's just the way I am now. But yeah, I've gone back to my roots, just straight kwaito. I'm a piano to is cool, but I don't listen to it when I'm chilling by myself. It doesn't do anything for me. No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
His last decade. Jesus.
And where we are now.
Now I'm similar. I feel like I'm going back into my childhood and a lot of African music. And so I listen to a lot of Lingala, old school Lingala. I listen to a lot of Rumba. I've gone back to listen to like Yusundo's old albums because I loved Yusundo. One of my best concerts was Hugh Masekela. Gone back to listen to a lot of that. I'll still listen to new school, but mostly African as well. Always support Diamond, whatever he drops, I shall listen. Yes. There's some new stuff from Uganda I'm loving. Afrobeats as usual. I'm a piano. I know they're now trying to do it's a mixture of and I'm a piano. They're trying to I was like, oh, I like that because I really loved. I feel like the one I'm finding it hard to produce to pronounce. I feel like it had such a short span and it could have had so much more room to do so much more because I love that genre. So the new stuff that's coming up, that's like a marriage of the two. I'm loving that. Then maybe I'll listen to non-African music. Whatever pops up that is on maybe Spotify top 10, maybe. But non-African, I've gone back to R&B and old school hip hop. So it's weird. Like I feel like I'm just
going back to the familiar.
Yes. Then there'll be like one or two things that pop up from current artists that I'll listen to. But I'll find that I like it because it sounds similar, or they've sampled an R&B song or sampled a neo soul song. So for example, Victoria Monet to me sounds a lot like old school R&B.
Yeah.
So I really like her, but I feel like I like her a lot because she reminds me of old school R&B. Moni Long is the same. So I listen to a lot of new artists, but I find that what draws me to them is that
they have the same.
They have that soulful. It's like it's R&B. It's like, so I love that. So I've realized, maybe that's what I'm just
into.
Headed back to.
What resonates for me there is I'm a piano.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Everyone who knows me knows I'm a piano is my genre. Like that's what I'm consuming a lot. I think even when Spotify Wrapped comes, there will be no brainer. And currently within that genre is Afro House. Like I just love just the beat of so sort of electro Afro, not really any words, but just that beat with an amapiano sound.
Yeah.
I find it very
Is
calming.
Afro House a subgenre of amapiano or it's the opposite?
I think when it comes to genre-wise, house music is a very broad.
It's very broad.
You can find Afro. You can find electro. You can find tribal.
Tribal house. Okay.
Sounds like Afro house.
Like tribal house.
Yeah. So sometimes there's confusion between the two. But these days, you can name a song whatever you want, and it can be whatever you call
that's
it.
true.
So there's no
whatever
genre.
the artist decides.
Whatever the guy. I think this is tech house.
Yeah.
And you'll name it tech house, but
Yeah.
it sounds like a deep house song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's got no.
And there's a lot of now this is a genre for it's Afro house. Well, Spotify calls it Afro. I don't know, but it's not South African. So it's just other African music, but not that has a house base.
Yes.
That's not Afro beats.
Yeah.
Spotify
And
puts them
it
under
doesn't
Afro
have
house.
any Afro influence in it, but it's stuff that Black Coffee does.
Yeah.
Yes. So there's a
Sometimes
lot of Kenyan ones that now I follow on Spotify. So the beats are the house, but it's just like the I'll remember. But it's like you'll find they're singing in like Kikuyu or Luo, etc. But it's on a house beat.
Yeah.
So that's something I listen to a lot. But Spotify now bunches all that as Afro house.
Is it like Sophia Nzao Mwaki?
Yes. So like that
Yeah.
now all
That
that
bit,
is
yeah.
called now Afro house in
house,
Spotify.
yeah.
But I
Yeah.
don't know if it's proper
And
Afro
Latin
house.
house sounds similar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just got someone who's Latin on
Yeah.
it instead
But
of
the
and
house
then they
beats.
just house beats.
Yeah.
Yeah. So my what I enjoy right now is if it's Afro house that's specifically attuned from Amapiano, because I also love a lot of Amapiano artists. So I do like that. I've been to a Black Coffee set. I can't say I was really blown away, honestly, in my honest opinion.
Doesn't sound like dance music.
It does, yes. It sounds like, like when you have those sets of summer house music.
yeah.
Yes, something like that.
Lobby music.
Yes.
I'm joking.
No.
I am joking.
And she's like, yes.
I'm
No,
joking.
I was going to say,
No,
because I was
I'm
like, you're
joking,
the
I'm
expert.
joking.
So I say yes all the time. But that genre sort of excites me. Now, the weird part is all the time I've been thinking to myself, I do love Tanzanian music to the T. I love all the artists. I listen Diamond and everybody around there, even local artists. But now from there, I've entered Tarab.
Hi, now you're getting into your old age. Let me tell you. I don't know if we should post I don't know how to describe to people what Tarab music is. Now, Tarab is they're usually from the coastal part of Kenya
Yes.
and Tanzania.
Yes.
And it's kind of, how do they sing? It's slowish. But then the women perform. A lot of it is the women. Women are the ones who are singers.
Yes.
When you go to their concerts or their performances, they're seated like both of us. And they just sing, Hiya Basi, and they sip their water.
And then
And then, like, it's very...
and it sounds almost very gossipy.
It's
always
very gossipy music.
They're talking about
Yeah,
somebody.
yes, someone who's trying to steal my husband. She
Husband.
thinks she's all that. She's not all that. It's very, and they do the
Yes.
the full on, and and the facial expressions. It is something to go
And
and enjoy life.
And
because
then they
it
have these words that are very. They can be calling you the most insane thing, but the way they are saying it,
they speak in proverbs.
yes, they do speak in proverbs. So for some reason, like I do find that very relaxing. When I'm doing my chores, I put
Oh,
on some
Tarab.
tarab,
Oh.
shake my waist a little bit.
It's
Yes.
so funny.
Yes.
Go, if you can find on YouTube, look, search Tarab live.
Tarab, yes.
It is so funny. Whenever I go to Coast,
Yes.
Mombasa, I try to go for like a Tarab thing. It's hilarious.
Yeah, DJ, you know about tarab, or should we entertain you?
Never
We'll
heard of.
introduce you. It is,
Yeah,
it is
sounds
wa-
interesting. Yeah, no, yeah.
It is funny, and then people have to go and spray money or give them money. You got to dash them something.
Yes.
Oh,
And
oh
the
my God.
demeanor is always very,
Yeah.
you know.
Oh, they never stand up
marvelous.
to dance.
Oh, yes.
No. They have couches, and people they're just ordering drinks. One song can 20 minutes. In the middle, she's ordering her soda.
And she's singing it.
She's sipping it. I love me some Tara.
Tarab is. I
God.
think maybe it's me telling myself I need just to,
Relax.
sit
It's called
down.
Sinatabu music. It's like
Yes.
and you have no problems.
You have
Life
no-
is just
Yes. So tarab is.
you
my-
sit down, you enjoy it. There's no sweating when you're dancing.
Actually, there's no sweat for this one. Yeah, what else have I been right now? I have to check my Spotify. Oh, I'm back to I'm back to reggae.
Oh yeah, reggae.
Yes.
I'm back to that too.
Yes,
Yes,
We
yes.
did the reggae concert in
Yeah,
Germany,
yeah.
Summer Jam, and sort of somehow it revived my love for reggae.
Yeah.
So I've been listening to that a lot. And I guess that's it. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
For my 40s.
Yes, so now we're in our in our
No,
40th
40s.
eras.
Relaxed.
40th era.
Yes.
Next week, no. What is the date today?
The week after.
In 2
The week
weeks,
after.
we will ask you now your 40s.
Yeah.
Enjoy these 30s while you can.
Yeah, they've been fun.
They've been
I've got an old soul anyway. I think I've been 40 for like 20 years anyway.
really.
Yeah.
But 40 doesn't have to be old.
It's not, yeah.
On that note,
Oh my God. Oh my Lord.
On that note.
Yes, on that note, yeah, do try this and look back at your kind of your music journey
Yes.
and see if are you referencing back to some places? Are you going into new territory? It's just
Yes, it's a fun
activity.
It's a fun activity. Put
Yeah.
it in your put it on our comments.
Yes.
What you are into in
Yes.
your decades.
Yes.
We'd
Yes.
love to hear that.
Yeah. And I'm curious because one thing I've noticed is there's a lot of similarity
Yeah.
and we grew up in different parts. So I'm curious to see if everyone was touched by R&B at the same time.
Yes.
Awesome. Thank
Cool.
you.
See you till next time.
Next time. Thank
Bye.
you.
That's what I said. See you till next time.
Next time. Till I see you. Till next time.
Till next time.